I'm Fletcher Brown with another artist video blog at KIX96Country.com. Our guest today, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, by way of Southern Colorado. Please welcome Clare Dunn to KIX96 Country. How are you, Clare?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
I noticed something about you when I first walked in the room.
Oh.
You are tall.
Oh.
You are probably the tallest woman who's been in here in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Reading, well, I'm serious. It's like I'm used to kind of like, so how have you been?
Right.
You know, feel like but you've got to be. What?
Yeah, I'm like 5'9", pushing 5'10". Yeah.
So, and I understand that in your early years, before music, you were actually like, what is it, like all-state basketball?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I in high school, I started playing basketball when I was a freshman in high school, and volleyball. I never really played, but I just like lived in a gym for 4 years, and yeah, I was all state by the time it was over, and my senior year, and was lucky. I had a few small scholarship opportunities come out after out of playing ball, so it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. So.
But you ended up going to College of Texas for a minute, and then you ended up at Belmont.
Yes.
All right. So now your roots, you go back and you're Southern Colorado.
Yes. Southeast. Yep.
And you actually, your bio includes a lot of really hard work that I've never. I mean, it mentions vehicles I've never seen. Probably couldn't pronounce. That you have driven and worked. So what exactly are your home background? My
parents, they farm and ranch, and I guess kind of just to give you an idea, my dad was kind of like the head of the farming aspect, and then my mom was kind of like the head of the cattle aspect, and so I just grew up. I have an older sister, and she and I just grew up. We're the only two kids, and we just grew up doing everything that my parents, grew up doing, and that was just driving tractors and combines, which are like, what you harvest wheat with, and trucks, like, semis and stuff. And so we just kind of had to, be like the boys, I guess, basically, just living on a farm. And it was us four. We're a small family farm operation. And so it was just everybody pitching in and, just learning how to. We were given a gift of a good work ethic, I guess you could say that.
I'll say so. I mean, you definitely get that farm living.
Yeah.
But the question, where did the music come from? Did your parents play, or I mean, with all of with the sports background and the farming, the ranching, and everything that's going on, where did the music come in?
Well, I started to sing. I've been just singing and had a love of music since I was a kid. Since I was like old enough to talk, I've been singing. But my parents, they don't either one play an instrument, and they never, my mom would maybe like sing in church and that was the extent of my parents' musical, exploits or whatever. But they both love music. And so like the passion for listening to music, I got from them. And, they would listen, like my dad, is this, farmer guy, but he loves he loved like old R&B and soul and Bob Seger, and he told me about like Chubby Checkers and Percy Sledge and Bob Seger, and then my mom like loved like Eagles and Waylon and all that stuff. So
you're basically saying you were raised correctly musically. Yeah. Parents, you did an awesome job. Just saying, off the record.
Yeah. So that was just the love of music was always in my home, and then my sister, she loved music, and I would always listen to her record collection, and I sang all throughout growing up. But where I'm from, it's so rural that like there's no bars, there's no live music at all. So there would maybe be like a band come to town once a year during like the county fair or something, and it would be a bunch of locals that would gear up and play once. So the music was always there, and the passion for it, and the dream of it. But when I got to college, that's when I really got to go pursue it.
All right. That was at Texas, or would you?
Both.
Or Nashville?
That was in both. I went to a small music school in Texas first for a brief minute, and then I knew I wanted to go to Nashville. So I I was asking a guy, there was a guy that came and spoke at our school in Texas, and I was like, hey, and he was from Nashville, and I was like, I talked to him after class or whatever, and I was like, hey man, I'm really wanting to go to Nashville, but I don't know anything about it. Can you give me a pointer? And he was like, Google a school called Belmont University and go there. And I was like, great, awesome, no big deal. College in Nashville. So I Googled it, and I was like, oh, awesome, this looks great. And then I saw what tuition was, and I was like, oh. And I just like choked, you know, and I told my parents, I said, hey, you know, because they knew I was wanting to go to Nashville, and I said, hey, this Belmont school is like, you know, it's a little beyond anything we probably would look at normally school-wise. And we all just looked at the tuition, and that's when, you know, we got a silage truck, and I started just driving truck for silage harvest, and I drove truck during wheat harvest. I hired on with a custom harvest crew and cut wheat from like Oklahoma up into Nebraska, and just every chance that I could, every summer, spring, fall break, I was just home trying to drive this silage truck and help pay and for school, and then on top of loans and everything else. So,
but it paid off. You graduated pretty much with honors.
Yes, I did.
And you've worked since with some great songwriters. A couple of the names. If you go to our website, you can see the names of some of the songwriters you work with.
Yes.
We know a couple of them.
Yes.
So tell us then. Now that you're done with school,
yes.
You're not driving silage trucks anymore.
No, I don't. I'm thankful I don't have to at the moment. Yeah.
Well, you've got your first album. You got your single now.
Yes.
Get Out.
Yes.
Tell us about the album, the project. I understand that you actually have a lot to do with the crew. You pretty much control how your music sounds and how where the vocals come from and all that. So tell us about this first project.
Well, Get Out is a song I wrote with a dear friend of mine, Ben West, and he's a great songwriter and producer, and he's had a couple of hits with Pink. And so he and I, this was actually the first song we wrote together, and this was kind of where we figured out we had a cool collaborative writing chemistry. And so we wrote the song, and I played all the guitars on the track, and then sang and background vocals and all that. And so I just spent, like, during college and even, just right after, and even still to this day, I have a little setup at my house. And so I would start making my own demos at home and just start, programming drums and playing all the guitars and all that stuff. So it's just very natural. I hear, especially when it comes to playing guitar, I started playing guitar because I just always kind of heard things a little differently, and I would never be able to really express it to other guitar players. So I just, I started playing about six years ago or so, and just that's just it's just an integral part of what I do, is just sitting down and playing things the way I hear it. And so then it kind of it's just a constant bleed over of, being involved in all the processes, because, I hear background vocals a certain way, and I hear guitars a certain way, and, certain stuff in the mix I'm, wanting to jump out at me and stuff like that. So yeah, I love it. I love being in the studio.
You sound like you've got a real handle on how everything happens, works out. I mean, you know what you want. You go in and you get what you want out of that time. So Get Out. Tell us about the song. What is that song about?
Oh, well, it's about a lot of things. At the time, it was just about what I was just going through, and what I just walked in that day and was talking to Ben about. I was just, going through some frustrating things, I guess, and just wanting to just wanting to get out, and wanting to just, where I'm from, it's very flat and big and expansive, and there was a little bit of that feeling of just wanting to get out in the plains, get out in the part of the world where I was from, and just kind of get back to roots for a minute. And but mostly it's just about, anytime you're going through we all go through hard times, we all go through those moments where, like, geez, I just want to drop it all for a minute and just get out. And so it's it's about a lot of things, but at the core of it is just that mentality of just, it's been a long week. There's just, not everything is perfect right now, and I just want to go and let my hair down for a second, and then let it all go.
When I get I just pop in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I'm out in New Zealand, with dwarves and Gandalf.
That's right. You let your hair down?
Totally,
too?
just
yeah,
let it blow in the mountain breeze. So, Claire is going to play for us here in a little bit. Look for the video, the live music video that she's going to play for us here in just a minute elsewhere on the website. But before we let her go, before we stop talking, we want to make sure that you know how to find her. So claredunn.com is your web address.
Yes.
And that's CLAREDUNN, by the way.
Thank you.
And, well, I got to make sure we get that right.
Yeah.
And what about Facebook and Twitter?
Facebook and Twitter are the same. It's Clare Dunn Music. So Twitter at Clare Dunn Music, and then Facebook / Clare Dunn Music.
She also has an Instagram, and let me tell you, it's like I perused it.
Nice.
Because it's my job to look into these things, right?
I love it.
And there's like a picture a couple weeks ago. She split her finger open and like super glued it together. And I was like, and I'm looking at this going, this girl's gonna kill me, man. This girl is real. No joke.
Lord.
She actually did the super glue thing.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
It was a long night.
A little afraid, but impressed.
We were the first night on the run. It was really painful, and then the second night I was like, I can't take it anymore, and I got super glue, and somebody told me about that trick, and I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Wow.
It worked like a charm. It's great.
Wow.
So anytime you need to, don't do stitches, just do super glue. Don't worry about it.
Clare Dunn, MedMD. So.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get shot.
Thank you for coming and visiting us.
So
we look forward to hearing live music from you in just a minute. And I am Fletcher Brown, and this is Clare Dunn, our guest. Make sure you find her at claredunn.com, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. She's the real deal. We'll see you next time. Another artist video blog at KIX96Country.com.